Leader of the majority, it invites you to talk to your compatriot in the National Assembly, the leader of the majority there. Because that reduction would totally collapse the policy of the president, the policy of the government on critical areas if it was not properly listened to. The members of the National Assembly are quick to accept the proposal from the National Treasury, not realizing that the key things that the president is carrying almost like his flagship issues are going to be affected if county governments do not get the 400.1 billion shillings. I will not go into dissecting issue by issue. My colleague in the committee, the Senator of Migori, has already done so. But Leader of Majority, next time, because this thing will come to pass again, let the National Assembly see that some of the policies of the president, of the government, are domiciled in the counties. The 39.5 billion shillings, non-discretionary expenditure that is going to be at risk if we cut this money, Mr. Speaker, is at the heart of the flagship project of housing of the president. It will collapse. The county aggregated industrial parks will collapse. Mr. Speaker, the voluntary community promoters of health will collapse. And what is even more scaring, Mr. Speaker, is the CBA that was signed by the Minister of Health on behalf of county governments with doctors. A whopping 5.8 billion shillings in that CBA is supposed to be spent by county governments in paying salaries for those doctors. So we just blindly adopt that reduction, and then the drama of deaths in hospitals, doctors on the streets will be the order of the day. So it is out of respect that the whip of the government is opposing this bill, because we want those flagship issues that I've spoken to succeed. Number two, my brother, Leader of the Majority, this amendment of Section 5, which is in Clause 3, is extremely dangerous, because, as ably mentioned by the Senator of Homa Bay, from 2013, we have always known that any shortfall in revenues realized is borne by the national government. Now, with this just single amendment, it means that we shall be sharing. We adopt this new standard, and indeed, we will have watered down the ruling of the High Court. Not the High Court, the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has ruled, Mr. Speaker, sir, that before any appropriation is done in the National Assembly, it should be preceded by the DORA bill, Division of Revenue bill. So, if we don't insulate by refusing this amendment, it means that now that ruling of the Supreme Court that had helped us to protect funds from being tampered with during appropriation will now be vulnerable. We don't want to lose that. Mr. Speaker, I know I'll continue the following day, but let me make this last point. I can see my time is up. the last point is that tomorrow there will be a ruling on CDF, the national government CDF. There's a ruling tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. And I can assure you, the Supreme Court is going to find that that thing is unconstitutional. And this year, in this bill, CDF is supposed to receive 68.1 billion shillings. 68.1 billion shillings. So, tomorrow there'll be a floating 68.1 billion. So they don't have to take away our 20 billion from our county governments. Let them just allow the 20 billion to remain there, then the balance of 48.1 billion that will be available tomorrow, they can do whatever they want. Mr. Speaker. This patriotism that we are demonstrating by committing ourselves to the lives of the people of Bomet, Mr. Speaker. Picture your mind to the lives of the people, not in these upper areas of Bomet where you grow tea, but Chepalungu. When do you deny the people of Chepalungu? We have been in this country, we know where Kenyans live. When you deny Bomet money, you are killing the people of Chepalungu. And the villagers in... Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All members, let's rise. Honorable Senators, it's now 6:30 p.m. Time to adjourn the Senate. The Senate therefore stands adjourned until Tuesday, 24th of September, 2024 at 2:30 p.m.